In California, we live with the constant hum of seismic anxiety, always preparing for the big one. But there's a faster, more violent threat, the Supershear earthquake, where a fault rupture outruns its own seismic waves, breaking the Earth's speed limit. Recent quakes in Turkey, Syria, and off Northern California have proven this isn't just theory. Experts warn California is dangerously unprepared for these explosive, high-speed events. Supershear quakes deliver destruction in a violent sprint, overwhelming defenses before we can react. Are we ready for a seismic sonic boom beneath our feet? Right now, the answer is no. Imagine a jet breaking the sound barrier. Now picture that underground, with rock and seismic energy. In a supershear quake, the rupture races faster than its own shear waves, focusing energy into a devastating shock front. Instead of gradual shaking, the ground is hit by an explosive jolt, followed by intense, prolonged shaking. This double strike is uniquely destructive, concentrating damage in a narrow, laser-like path. Supershear quakes happen on long, straight faults, like California's San Andreas. Our faults are geological zippers, primed for these high-speed ruptures. The result: focused fury unleashed on communities in their path. California's geology, long, straight, strike-slip faults, makes us a global hotspot for supershear events. The San Andreas, Hayward, and Garlock faults are all primed for this kind of rupture. Scientists say it's not if, but when a supershear quake will strike here. Our hazard maps and building codes are based on slower, more predictable shaking, not the focused shock of a supershear event. We're preparing for a flood, but a supershear quake is a fire hose aimed at our cities. Our infrastructure could face forces it was never designed to withstand. Supershear quakes deliver a 1-2 punch, a violent shock front, then chaotic shaking. Buildings and bridges designed for rolling motion aren't built to resist the initial cannon blast force. If the shock matches a structure's natural sway, collapse can be swift and total. Our seismic codes don't account for this pulse-like energy, leaving a critical gap in our defenses. Infrastructure, freeways, power lines, aqueducts, could be wiped out along the fault's path. Even retrofitted bridges might fail, not from poor design, but from the wrong kind of force. We've spent billions preparing for the quakes we know, but may be tragically vulnerable to the one we've ignored. The solution starts with science, updating building codes and hazard maps to include supershear physics. We must retrofit structures to withstand both sharp pulses and prolonged shaking. Expanding seismic sensors and using fiber optic cables for real-time monitoring can provide precious seconds of warning. Advanced computer simulations let us pinpoint vulnerabilities before disaster strikes. Turning scientific knowledge into policy and action is crucial. Investment, stronger standards, and public education are our best tools. The science is clear. Now we need the will to act before it's too late. Supershear earthquakes are frightening, but knowledge is our strongest defense. Understanding these quakes empowers us to demand better building codes, smarter monitoring, and stronger preparedness. Every Californian has a role. Advocate for change, prepare your home, and know your emergency plan. Preparation is survival. Secure heavy furniture, retrofit homes, and know your building's safety. We can't stop the faults, but we can be ready. Science gives us foresight. Action gives us resilience. By embracing knowledge and demanding action, we can face the coming storm with confidence, not fear.